Hello and welcome to Life with Jane. I thought I would do today a video of the garden and me. I'm mowing the lawn, but I thought I've got quite a few subscribers who have said that they really miss their gardens because they're in apartments or flats or things and don't have a garden anymore. And I said that I would show you more of my garden and what I do with my garden. And so this is me mowing the lawn. Now you can see I've got a tangle in my cable, so I had to unplug it, untangle it, retangle it before I actually went back to doing the mowing. So excuse that, but there you go. I always make sure that I have my wires untangled. Now I know there's lots of different lawn mowers that you can get. This little lawnmower is a Qualcast, and I've had it probably 10 years, maybe a bit longer, maybe 15 years. And I bought it at my local home base, which is no more. And I was able to, it's quite light. It has a lovely box on the back, so it means it collects all of the grass cuttings. And so I can just literally mow up and down, up and down. Now, I always mow in stripes. No, I haven't got a fancy lawn or anything. My lawn is full of all sorts. I literally just mow it, feed it occasionally, and add some grass seed occasionally, depending how wet the year is. Quite often, you'll find that in the summer, it gets very, very dry, and because I'm on a water meter, I don't water my lawn. I water my plants because I have some plants that I need watering, and I have some in tubs and pots, as you can see and you know. So I make sure that I water those. You'll have to excuse me a bit sniffy today, but there's a very high pollen count, and again, as the sun is out, the hay fever starts a bit, so I get a bit sort of nasally, and it's one of those things. So apologise for that little bit of sort of sniffling away as I go. But I'm now half the garden is actually in the sunshine and half the garden is in the shade because the sun comes round. And as it comes round, obviously where the fence is, it causes a shadow. So I mow up and down in stripes. It doesn't look very stripy. It just I quite like the fact that it mows in straight lines rather than going backwards and forwards. If you have a fly mow, it's one that literally you do it from side to side, but I like this one which goes up and down. And I used to have all the way round the edge of the garden where the little sort of windy bricks are that are completely flat with the grass. I used to have it 2 or 3 bricks high, but I took the other bricks down because it makes it so much easier for mowing. I can mow right up to the edges, and I don't then have to get one of those fancy edgers or the strimmers that you can trim right up to the edge. I literally mow straight up to my edges, straight over the edges, and then it makes quite a difference. So I like to mow the lawn probably at this time of year on a fairly high cut, and I will mow it once a fortnight because it doesn't grow that much. But I know once the frost is, there's not too much of a frost. As long as you don't have a frost during the day and you have lots of sunshine, you can mow the lawn during the daytime. So that's what I tend to do. I mowed it today. It was about 11:30, just coming up for midday, which obviously with the clocks having changed, it was an hour earlier, so it would have been sort of 11 o'clock last week. But that's the right sort of time once the sun has warmed up the lawn. And so now we're going to go on to the greenhouse. So these are my little plants. Now, if you look very carefully, you can see The first one that I show you, which is here, has got my tomatoes coming up, and they've literally been in the greenhouse. They haven't been inside growing at all, because I find that if you grow them inside, they tend to go a bit straggly. This one has got some little tiny ones in. They're so small I can't tell what they are yet, so I've got to wait for them to grow a bit more. And this third one, again, has got some little ones coming up. Not too sure until I get a few more leaves coming, or they get a little bit taller. I can tell what they are. But lovely little seeds. I will change as soon as they get bigger. I will transplant them into my actual bed. But at the moment, they're growing in the little pots, and they literally just have a water every time I go to the greenhouse every couple of days. These are my roses. As you can see, the roses are still, they were cuttings which I put into rooting compound and then pop them into the ground and cut them on an angle. And there's 4 little cuttings, so hopefully they will do quite well. They seem to be doing quite well, so a bit of an experiment to see if I can actually grow the roses from cuttings, which I think I can, and I'm just giving them a little bit of extra water. I've done a voiceover purely because one of my neighbours was doing some work on their roof and the noise was incredible, so I voiced over this one for you. These are the other seeds I've put in, and as you can see, absolutely nothing's come through yet, but they've only been in for a week. So when it's outside and when it gets down to almost freezing, if not freezing at night, it will take 10 days to a fortnight before they start coming up. So I'm not overly concerned. The other little ones have come up, so I'm sure these will come up as well. They were old seeds, so they weren't seeds from last year, they were from the year before, because as I said to you, I didn't do anything in my greenhouse last year because I was having my fence done, so I put everything into my greenhouse that I needed to. Water but's about 2/3 full, so I'm using the water from that, but we've got April coming up, so there's bound to be April showers. Coming down through my garden now, and I'm going to show you the it's a little climbing plant on one side, and it hasn't really done very well. It's green at the bottom, but it's not at the top. And these are some grape hyacinths, which I absolutely love. Grape hyacinths, they are the most beautiful, brilliant blue flower, and just such a pretty flower. I've got quite a lot of them. And there's sort of strawberries and things dotted about behind. This is the plant that I was telling you about, which green at the bottom, but absolutely nothing shooting out at all, so we'll have to see. But on the other side, the clematis is doing really, really well. You can see all the little green shoots now coming out, and the difference between a week or so when I showed you the garden before is incredible, because you've got lots and lots of shoots and things coming up, which is absolutely lovely. So really like the fact that that started climbing and is going to be beautiful across my arch. Coming down here, just showing that my lavender here is not looking very healthy, but hopefully it will come through. More grape hyacinths dotted about. I have quite a country garden. I don't have a formal looking garden. Everything is sort of dotted about between each other, which I think is rather nice. I even make sure that I have some dandelions and things that poke through, because dandelions are the early bees. Yes, you can just see one there. Dandelions are the early bees. The bees absolutely love the dandelions, so I always make sure I have a few of those for them. And you can see them sort of dotted about. My apple tree is now, you can see the leaves are coming from the buds. It was all buds last time and it hadn't come open, but a couple of days of sort of sunshine brings them out. This is a plant that was called a magic something or other. It has beautiful colours in it, all green leaves. It does have a flower later on in the year, but it's really rather pretty. And this was the plant that I kept turning around and saying that it was going to be silver. No, it's not silver at all. I meant it was blue. It's called Intense Blue, and as you can see, the bottom very green, but all of the new shoots coming out, which have only started fairly recently, are coming out beautifully in blue. So I'm quite pleased with that. The rose is coming through again. More little grape hyacinths back into the sunshine and across to the other side. Again, you can see more little dandelions and things coming through. I've got some forget-me-nots that are poking through now, that are coming through nice and blue, which I think is always rather nice. And walking down here, this daffodil is quite extraordinary. It is, I think it's probably a treble, and I can't even remember planting it. We're just going to have a closer look at it. But you can see, look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Absolutely lovely. And as I say, I can't even remember planting that one. It must have come up in amongst some of the other bulbs. I certainly didn't buy any trebles. And you can see some of the early daffodils are just finishing now, so I need to tie them off. And they will be coming up. If you tie them off and then let them die back down, they come up strong for next year. More daffodils and things, and now, quite excitingly, this is willow. I was given by my daughter-in-law some little willow cuttings last year, and of course it was quite late, so they died right back, and I thought, oh, they've got a 50-50 chance, but you can see that most of them have taken. A few haven't, but you can see the little tiny green leaves coming through, so I should have some beautiful willow. I love willow. I think it's really nice, so I'm quite pleased with that. I'm quite pleased that that's coming through. Tulips, little, just the heads just poking through now. I think they're red ones, they might be yellow. They will be coming through quite soon. My rosemary is bushing up quite nicely, which is good. And then coming through, there's my lovely dog, just loves lying in the sunshine, sitting there, enjoying the breeze. And then coming up, I've got my little primroses. I showed you those the other week. They just started coming out, and now they're in full. Such a pretty little flower. I think they're so lovely. Traditional primroses, not primulas, but primrose. And I've had that one quite a while. And then my weeping willow, it went from the pussy willow through to the catkins. They've almost finished, and they're starting to drop off. So the leaves should be coming on that one fairly soon. As you can see, I do collect a lot of bees on there. And this one that wasn't doing anything has now got little tiny pussy willow on there. So you can probably just see at the ends of each one of them, tiny weeny little fluffy pussy willow, really, really sweet. And hopefully they will then turn into catkins. I'm trying to just show you a little bit, there we are, a little bit closer there so you can see them. And then right from the other side you can see them as well. They're very tiny, so they're difficult to actually show up on camera very well, but they're the best. And then this is some mint, but it's lemon balm mint, so it's really rather nice with the early potatoes, the new potatoes that will be coming through soon. Not maybe as soon as you know, in the next few weeks, I think they'll be coming through. And then my hydrangea, again, you can see how the leaves are really coming through on that. So they're looking absolutely beautiful. And that is really, apart from having a quick look at my olive, is about it for the garden for now. Going through, yes, that's my olive that, as I say, is starting to look beautiful. We'll have a quick pan down through the garden so you can see the rest of the garden. But as always, I just wanted to say, stay safe, be well, be kind to everybody, and really look forward to seeing you again. So bye-bye.